If you've ever found yourself pulling your hair out trying to fix a broken AI agent setup, well, you're going to want to see this. Today, we're checking out nix-openclaw, a project that makes a pretty bold promise to make your OpenClaw deployments totally declarative, perfectly reproducible, and, as they put it, bulletproof by default. So let's start with a feeling I think we've all had. That sinking feeling in your stomach when your super complex software setup, the one you spent ages building, just feels like it could all come crashing down at any second. That's exactly the House of Cards problem this whole project is designed to fix.
I mean, this is basically the checklist for dependency hell, right? You update one little thing and boom, something else breaks. Your perfect setup on your laptop is a complete disaster on the server. And those traditional installers, the ones that use curl or npm, they often just make this whole chaotic mess even worse.
But what if you could just step out of that cycle? What if there was a way to define your whole setup so that it's guaranteed to be consistent every single time? Well, that's the huge paradigm shift that nix-openclaw is bringing to the table.
The project's tagline makes a really big claim: bulletproof by default. And look, this isn't just about making the installation a little easier. It's about a fundamental change to build a system that is just inherently tough, repeatable, and super reliable, right from the very beginning.
So how in the world does it actually become bulletproof? Well, the secret sauce, the real magic behind nix-openclaw, is this amazing technology called Nix. See, Nix isn't your average installer. It's a declarative package manager. The best way to think about it is like this. Instead of giving a chef a list of recipe instructions, you just show them a photo of the finished cake. You describe the end result you want, and you let Nix figure out the perfect way to build it for you, exactly the same way every single time. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. On the left, you've got that shaky house of cards built by messing with all your shared system files. But on the right, that's the Nix way. It's like a ship in a bottle, completely self-contained, totally isolated, and you can reproduce it perfectly just from that one config file. This is all possible because of some really clever cryptographic hashing. Nix basically creates a unique digital fingerprint for every single package based on everything: the source code, the dependencies, you name it. If you change even one character, the hash changes, and Nix installs the new version in a totally separate place. Nothing ever gets overwritten. Okay, so to really get this, there are 3 key terms you gotta know. First is the flake. That's your master blueprint locking down every single dependency. Then there's home manager, which is like the construction crew that takes that blueprint and builds it for you. And finally, determinate next, which is the specific, trusted toolset that makes sure the whole thing works just right. All right, so what does all this tech talk actually mean for you? Well, this whole declarative thing unlocks some absolutely incredible superpowers, especially if you're running OpenClaw like a serious piece of your infrastructure. Superpower number 1, instant rollbacks. Just imagine, it's 2 a.m., you push an update and your agent just breaks. Normally, that's full-on panic mode. But here, no sweat. You run one single command, home manager switch-rollback, and bam, you're instantly back to the last version that worked. No debugging, no reinstalling, just fixed.
Next up, superpower number 2. You can finally kill the works on my machine problem for good. You just share your flake.nix file with someone or deploy it to a server, and you are guaranteed to get a byte-for-byte identical setup. If it works for you, it is going to work for them, period.
And finally, my personal favorite, self-wiring plugins. This is so cool. You literally just write in your config file that you want to use a plugin. That's it. Nix goes out, grabs all the tools that plugin needs, installs them, and wires everything into OpenClaw for you automatically. No more manual installs or frustrating errors about missing dependencies. And just look at the kind of power we're talking about. With one line in a file, you can give your agent the ability to see your screen, to literally click and type for you, to manage your Spotify, or even check your Google Calendar. This is where it stops being just a tool and starts becoming a true assistant. It's incredibly powerful stuff.
So you're probably thinking, okay, this sounds incredible, but it must be a total nightmare to set up. And you know what? The project's creators thought about that, and they've laid out a very clear path to get you started. This idea is right at the heart of their documentation, so instead of overwhelming you with a million different options, they give you what they call golden paths. These are basically opinionated, well-tested, step-by-step guides for the most common ways you'd want to set this up. So whether you just want to run it on a single Mac, or you need a super reliable setup with a server, or you just want a safe space to play around on your laptop for development, there is a specific documented path just for you.
And the setup itself really just boils down to 4 simple steps. You install the right Nix environment, you create your config file from a template they give you plug in your secret API keys, and then you run one command to make it all happen. That's it. You're done.
Okay, so let's wrap all this up and answer the most important question here. Is nix-openclaw actually the right choice for you? Here's the bottom line. If you just want to do a quick 5-minute experiment to see what OpenClaw is all about, the standard installers are totally fine. But if you're building a real, persistent, always-on piece of infrastructure where stability and reliability are everything, then this declarative approach is absolutely worth the one-time investment to get it set up. So I'll just leave you with this final thought. What if you could treat your entire AI infrastructure with the same care and safety as your most important application code? I'm talking about something you can put in version control, review in a pull request, and roll back with total confidence. That's a really powerful idea. Thanks for watching.